I, for one, do not recognize the person who was inaugurated as the President of Tanzania. She is an illegitimate president. The Africa we dream of, peaceful, prosperous, and respected, will only emerge when our governance is guided by our values and not by our interests. Turning to recent examples, it is totally unacceptable. It is totally unacceptable when an Africa leader, in order to stay in power, will resort to killing his or her own people. In order to stay in power, will rig an election as if they are God's gift to their country. When you have a country with millions of people, for any leader to think they are the only ones who can be president is pathetic. And therefore, and my apology to those who may come from Tanzania, but I'm mentioning this because they are your neighbor, that the recent election and what transpired, the killings around that election, I, for one, do not recognize the person who was inaugurated as the President of Tanzania. She is an illegitimate president.
Sijawahi kuwa mtu, labda sisimizi nimeua, lakini sio mtu. Kwa ndugu zangu, simameni tumjibu, simameni tumjibu.
Samia Suluhu Hassan, whom I know and respect, will have it very difficult to even travel outside of Tanzania. It will not be easy. In the history of any country, whenever there has been death, it is never the same again. The age of innocence is gone.
And people have been questioning in terms of the people in leadership and questioning that we need to have conversations. But then the people we expect to have conversations with are actually the warlords.
Divide them, keep them weak, and dominate them. That is what is happening to Africa. And that is how you see the United States of America behave that way, the European Union behave that way towards Africa. The same thing that they did in Berlin in 1884 and 1885. Déjà vu. Fear is being used by those in political leadership as an instrument of paralyzing the population into silence.
Will the population agree to that when you look at it?
History is consistent that you can only paralyze a population for so long. How do we appoint our ambassadors? Career diplomats are bypassed and political appointees are given ambassadorial appointments as retirement. They have no idea.
All right, welcome back, people. There was a time Pierre Lumumba said that Africans are tired. The Africans are tired, they are oppressed, and at the same time, they are depressed. This connects me to what has happened in the country of Tanzania, because I've been going through the internet and saw how the pictures and images of Dr. Samia Suluhu has been spreading, showing that she is dead. The pictures and images has been made by AI, showing that Samia has been dead and the country is mourning her death. Now,
this Tanzanian president is the reason why they say that don't give woman power, because the moment a woman gets power, she misuse and abuse it. In fact, this woman is the first female president in Tanzania. She won election in 2021, and ever since she emerges office, Tanzania has been more like a military coup. In fact, people under coup d'etat has more freedom than people in Tanzania. Have you seen the chaos happening in Tanzania so far as I'm speaking with you?
The problem comes here. Why do people have to think this way? Why do the people have to think this way? Because if the people can be printing images that shows you when you are dead, then this means that these people are tired of you. They don't love you anymore. So the problems comes here, whereby we ask yourself questions. How can you be a leader? You call yourself a leader of the people, leading millions of people, and at the same time, these people hate you so much in a way that they praise or they wish you death. They wish you death. So this clearly means that you don't fit to rule these people. You don't fit to rule these people because these people are not recognizing. They don't recognize your leadership. And this has come out with them, several people who have come out and say that they don't recognize the victory or the leadership of Samia Suluhu because of what she tried to expose the world. You know, it is good for a leader, when you are a leader, for the people to trust in you, the people to love you. This even will give you a good leadership, will give you enough time to serve your people with peace. People will. It's good for you as a leader, for the people to have to trust in you. You know, to work with you, to support your leadership. This will even contribute and will bring out the best support in your governance, which will give out the best development in the country. But once you are leading the country whereby the people does not recognize you, they don't love you, they don't want to hear anything from you, then this means that even if you will take time ruling this country, then you will rule this country when suffering or struggling. Then that is what I feel that it's going to happen in the country of Tanzania. I come across several videos whereby people have been saying that Samia it will be hard for Samia Suluhu to rule for the 5 years term, because it is very hard for her to control the people of Tanzania today. You know, it is known, and it's clearly known that the country of Tanzania is one of the countries today which has been living under the peaceful. These are the people who have lived under peace. This is the country that we have never experienced all this chaos, crisis, like demonstration. Because the people of this country lived under several leaders who only maintained the sovereignty, the peace, and freedom of this country. They never, it's true, they don't have a good constitution like of the new constitution. They are still living under the colonial constitution rule. But the leaders who were there before, they never get out or to the point where they were there to humiliate their people, to kill their people, to not to listen their voices. So some of them were calling them so humble, so quiet, so fearing. But it is because of the leaders that they were having today, the past years. These are the people who maintained and listened to the voice of the people. That's why you never saw these people coming out to complain. But today, take a difference of all that is happening and all that happened those years. Despite all that has happened, people have lost their life, people are being jailed today, people are being locked away, you know, the opposition has been silenced, but still people are not quitting, people are not keeping silent, because they know that even if they keep silence, already damage has been created. The damage has been made already. So even if, no matter what you do, even if you come out to pretend like you're okay with all that is happening, then a lot is still coming to happen. Professor Bilolo Lumba also once said that it is very hard to restore a peace that has been destroyed in a country. It is very hard. Once a country's peace has been breached, it is very hard for it to be restored. And that is what we are going to experience in the country of Tanzania. Today, the country of Kenya has celebrated an independence, a Mashujaa Day, a Jamhuri Day. You know, Jamhuri Day is a Swahili name, which means a republic. So that was the day that was supposed to be celebrated in the country of Tanzania at the date on 9th of December, just 2 days ago. But what happened? President turned this a celebration day, a national holiday, into a lockdown. So this means, you know, this is a day that a country got its independence and called itself or declared itself a public day, a republic, a country. which meant for the end of a colonial rule. So this is a day that is a very important day in the country, whereby the people have to come out to celebrate their achievement, their victory, to free themselves from the hands of the colonizers. But now the president, because the constitution gives her power and much power, she has the authority to wake up and decide what she feels like she wants to do. She came out and cancelled a holiday, a national holiday, and announced a lockdown. And the security system of the country obeyed the rule. And that is what happened. So instead of the people coming out to celebrate their national holiday, they came out to demonstrate, to fight against the government, to burn the country, to destroy. And there are many people who were arrested, some of them killed. So this means that the president has already turned the country of Tanzania from a sovereignty country to a battlefield, whereby every time, every day, the people are waking up, what they are thinking of is to go and fight against the government, because the government is not ready to listen to their voices. It's not ready to work towards their agendas. It's not ready to come out and maybe try to listen for the demands that the citizens are trying to ask for. So today, we have seen how the Tanzanians have reacted, printing images of the president, a dead person, and posting, So this gives a clear picture of how the people are tired of the name of their president. So from this, then at least, these leaders always, whenever we as citizens comes out and speak our voices, they don't listen. They don't listen. That's why you see even a war erupts in the country, chaos, crisis, people being killed. But you will never hear any voice of the president maybe coming out to address the issue, to condemn all the government's doing against the people, because they're just okay with it. As long as they're in their positions, they're okay. Whatever happens, if you want to kill yourself, if you want to destroy yourself, that's upon you. So it is sometimes good for you, even if you are a leader of the country, to listen to the people. Because, these leaders, once they get to the position or the power, they forget one thing. And what they think is that they're the power and they're the final say of the country. These people today that you are oppressing, these people today that you are misleading, these people today that you are killing, these are the power. These are the people today that have to decide if you can be their leader or not. If then this constitution or this democracy that's being preached in Africa is of real, then democracy redirects that the people are the power. This means that the people are the only choice to make the leader they want to rule over them. So if you cannot listen to the people, these are the people who send you to that position. And they can decide to take you out of that position. So, but our African leaders, once they get to the position, they forget and they feel like now they're the boss to their people. But a politician always is supposed to be a servant to the people. And the people are the boss of the politicians, because these people are the ones who are waking up in the morning to go and select the leaders of their choices. These people are the ones today who are paying taxes in the country, which are being used to pay all these politicians. But they forget that, yet they know the truth. They know the truth behind everything. So, leadership comes and goes, legacy remains. Once you are doing the good to the people, once you are delivering good leadership and governance to the people, they will always remember you. They will always remember you. The history repeats itself. That's why today we always come out to speak about the great leaders like Patrice Lumumba, like Malcolm X, like Kwame Nkrumah, because these are the leaders who try to show the interest of the people. These are the people who only worked to deliver to the people because they believed that power belongs to the people. Today we are still speaking about them because of what they did to the people. Some of them are this generation, we were born and we never experienced the leadership of some of the leaders like Thomas Sankara. But why today are we coming to speak about them? Because they give out their best. Their interests were only about the people they were leading. That's why today we are able today to come and speak about them. We have many leaders, but why today we are only speaking about the few? Because they try to know, they try to rule as how the governor is supposed to be or to deliver to the people. So at this time, as I said earlier, that these politicians pretend to not listen to the voices, but sometimes it's better for you just to listen at once. Because when it comes to the point where people are painting the dead picture of you while you are still alive, this means a lot. So at this time, the people of Tanzania, some of them I'm watching in our comment section whenever we do this kind of video for Tanzania, when we speak about the Tanzanians are coming out to accuse us. They're feeling like we are engaging their matter so much. Some of them telling us that we are having our own problems in our own countries. Why do we have to focus much in their issues? It's okay. Some of them might view this in a different view or in a different perspective, but we are only trying to focus in this because I believe that Tanzanians' problem is my business. Ugandan problem is my business. As long as I am an African, every African country's issue is my problem. That's why we come out to speak about this. We are not doing this because we hate or we have any other agenda about this. But we are fighting for the unity of Africa, which means that any African country's affair is affair of each and every African. Whatever is affecting today the country of Tanzania, tomorrow it might happen in my country, it might happen in the country of Uganda, in Nigeria. So when we sit down, watch over all these evils that are being done by our politicians in their countries, and we don't speak about it, we don't expose them, then even in our countries, our leaders will feel like those other leaders are doing good. That's why their people are just silent. They have nothing to speak about or to say about it. But we are coming to speak about this because we know that when we just sit down and let this happen, it's like a virus. This more than cancer. It will spread to each and every country of Africa, and it will affect the entire generation of Africa. So it is our responsibilities to come out and expose all the evils that are being done in our African countries, because we have no any other place than this African continent that we call the motherland. So it is the responsibility today of the country of Tanzania, because all that has happened in the country of Tanzania is that it's one of the member of parliament who have lost her life. And that is why today the State House was mourning. It is not the Samia who has died, but the member of parliament who has died in this country. So all that's happened in that country, it is something that I know that many people today in the country of Tanzania are maybe wishing for the death of this president, but we don't wish so. Tell me what you have the comment section. Be blessed, reaching from. I love and appreciate. Consider subscribing, sharing, so that we can continue moving together and speaking one voice as we come here to discuss more concerning African and our African countries. May be blessed, reaching from, and peace out.